Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Matt. This is Prime Analog Records. First thing I want to get order of business here. I haven't been on for a while, and one of the reasons why is because my microphone setup and all this kind of stuff had some problems, and I've got it fixed now. I finally got it rectified. I actually just got back from Carlton Music in Winter Haven, Florida, and got this whole thing straightened out with my microphone. So if you can't hear me, it's kind of it defeats the purpose. But anyway, I have been gone for a little while, and I wanted to catch up. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is that I just rolled over to over 500 subscribers, and I couldn't do it without you. I really appreciate all your support. I appreciate all your likes and all your input. I've had some great help along the way. Rob over at Northern Revolutions, which is this, he helped me some, and Chance over at Concert Buddy, he's been really helpful. And this is what the community is really about: helping each other and help each other through trials and tribulations. I'm still hoping to help you out, Rob, with some of your video situation. I know you want to upgrade some, and we'll get that straightened out. Don't worry. But anyway, let's get into it. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew how much I appreciate it. I had no idea. I mean, my channel now has got almost 70,000 views, which to me is shocking. That anybody sit around and listen to me talk about records and stuff like that. But anyway, we just came off of Father's Day, and I spent a great day with my daughter, and she walked out of here with probably about 100 records. I purged, how everybody's been talking about this time to purge your records, and I've got my cubicles have been so tight for so long that I needed to open up some space so I can keep collecting. So anyway, that's what I did, and I just went through and I just cherry picked things that I think she would like and things that would be new discoveries for her. And she's always liked my picks for her, which I think is funny because it's like she's discovering music that many times is 40 years old or more. And she's like, she feels like she's made a big discovery, her and her husband, and she hasn't really discovered these guys are really huge. I mean, one of which I gave her was Christopher Cross's a debut album, and that one actually sold over 7 million copies, and for a debut, that's pretty incredible. So, and the story behind him, so he really didn't want to be a recording artist. Actually, one of his friends was Michael McDonald. And Michael McDonald actually you hear him multiple times singing background in many of the songs that are on that, like Ride Like the Wind and Sailing and things like that. And he got him into the music business, and then he kind of got in, and he had this giant, when it first initially broke, it was it's 4 million copies. But then over time, I mean, of course, after the ensuing, years and stuff, I think it's well over like even 8 million copies sold. But anyway, we're not talking about, not Michael McDonald, but no, Christopher Cross. I want to show you what she got me for Father's Day. And it was this compilation album called Guardians of the Galaxy. She's really into this show, and she told me about it before. And so she's indoctrinating me the same way I indoctrinate her. Because I've been doing that for years. I've been showing her things that I really like. But the vinyl's really beautiful. I mean, check this out. Check out the color of this. It's really beautiful. And this has got really fun stuff on it. Things that I know. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Reasons, The Flaming Lips, Do You Realize? Let's see. There's a Heart song on here too that I said I know this one really well. There's Creep on here by Radiohead. Crazy for You, Heart, and in the meantime, Space Hog. Some of these I've never heard of, and some I have. So obviously, and here's the second disc. So this is really, really beautiful vinyl. It really is, and it sounds great too. Transparent always works a little funny on my turntables because they actually read infrared. They read the size and the speed by the disc, and so when my turntables were made, it was back in the mid '80s. We didn't even really see any too much colored vinyl back then. But anyway, so she got me that, and then she got me something that we talked about on Record Store Day, and everything here got snatched up like that. So anyway, so she got me this because I called her and asked her. I said, be on the lookout for some of these, and she found this for me, which I really love because I haven't heard this album in years, and I'm really, really thrilled to have it. All right, so here's another thing. What I did, I've just recently found this honey hole. I'm pretty good at finding these. I don't know how I am, but I just kind of look at instincts and stuff like that. And there was this antique mall that is called, what is that thing called? It's called Lakeland Antique Mall. This is in Central Florida, and I went in there, and this place was so packed with so many records, and there were some new records in there. There were Record Store Day records. There were some sealed records, but every corner in this place, I had to finally leave because, I only went through probably half of this place. But I had to finally go because I just couldn't keep standing that long. At every turn and everywhere I kept finding more and more records. And some really, really great. Of course, some were pretty shitty, but that's the way you got to go. You've got to recognize that you're going to have some hits and misses. So here's one of my hits. This is Alan Parsons' project, Ammonia Avenue. I've never seen this album. I've never found it in the wild. Nothing. I've never even heard it until the other day when I got it. And I have to tell you, and it's in the shrink, and it looks like it's been played maybe once. But I got to tell you, it's like Alan Parsons' early on stuff was really, really amazingly done. I'm really stunned at it, to be honest with you. I'm stunned that I didn't get a hold of it because there are jazz elements in that music and there are rock elements in it, but it's almost experimental, and it's very hard to pigeonhole what that sound really is. And I have to say, it's amazing. I've gotten some really early recordings by Alan Parsons, and I think they're just out of this world. But all right, so moving forward, I found this, and this shockingly was not in my collection, but it should be in everybody's collection. This is a great album. This is Men at Work's their debut album, and get that glare off of there. But anyway, it's in great shape. It's like mint. If you can see, all the edges are sharp and the corners are sharp. Everything's amazing on it. And at this point, unless I find something that I have a duplicate of, that I can give to my daughter or to gift to somebody, VCLT, I generally don't get it. But I came across this, and I'd never had this album, Billy Joel's The Nylon Curtain. And these corners are razor sharp. It's amazing to me to find these anymore. And it's like there's a little tiny amount of ring wear there, but to find this in this kind of condition, and all these are all being repressed and stuff like this. Who wants a repress when you can get the original? And these came from original master recordings. There was no digital at this time. So moving on, this is another one. This is one that I got the other day when I got the Beatles box set. And if you saw my short, I told you about this. It was $68. Their music on, what was that? Music, there's a company, what is that? Music, Sound of Music or something like that. And they are still selling that box. for $199, and I got it for $68. And I told all my friends, I told all my friends after I got it, because I thought there might be some scam going on, and I got it from Acoustic Sounds, which they don't pull any scams, but I figured they'd run out really quick, so I told everybody I know to go get it, and then it's the Let It Be box. And I told people on my channel to go get it. I did a short on it, and not even a week went by, and Chad raised the price to $85 or $86. I'm like, come on! I mean, he's just looking for another couple of Hamiltons. So anyway. At the same time, just to consolidate shipping, because I had free shipping at that point too, because once you spend a certain amount, which that box set was over, it's free shipping. So I had this thrown in too. This is Foreplay, and this is an amazing super group for jazz. And it's Harvey Mason, Nathan East, Lee Ritenour, Bob James, and it's beautiful. It's a double album. I got an amazing deal on it, so I couldn't pass that up. So here we're going back to the antique mall, and the only thing I got a problem with is they put the sticker on this, but and I know you're gonna laugh because I'm all over the place, but this Partridge Family album, I sold one. I had one in my collection and I sold it, and I wish I hadn't. But this one actually is much better condition. It does have a punch here, but it does it comes with all the postcards inside. They're full color postcards, and they're just stuck in the back, so they just slide around. But I put it back there in a real sleeve. Okay, so speaking of, like I said, we're in the antique mall, the Lakeland Antique Mall, and I came across this. And this is Clouds by Joni Mitchell. And this album is an original, it is not a repress, and look at the sharpness of these corners. It's just amazing when you find these out in the wild in this kind of condition. And there's no question in my mind that the ones that I got that are used records, they came from the same seller, because they took very good care of them. Here's another one that's a great album, and I got this because I've already got this in my collection, but I'm going to gift this to my daughter because it's such a great album. I'm not a huge Steve Winwood fan, and I'm not much of a Traffic fan, but this album is an amazing album, and it's actually part of my history, because we used to play this nonstop in the record store when it came out at Carousel Records in Winter Haven, which is long gone, but. So anyway, I dug around in several different places, and I found this came out of that same bunch, the same collection over here. And this is a great album. I don't know if anybody's got it, but this is Mother's Finest, and I've got a promo of this already. But this is such an amazing album. If you've never heard this group, this is funk, it's soul, and it's also rock. It's very much like we were talking about earlier. It's very much in a lane of its own, and I think everybody should hear it and at least try to stream it if you can. All right, here's another one that I have in my collection, but I'm going to gift this to my daughter too. And this is one of their best, I think. Eat to the Beat, Blondie. And this is right up there. They're very when they're a heyday. Another one that these are all these are all 80s. And then I found this also, Mike and the Mechanics. And who doesn't remember this being played all the time? All I Need Is a Miracle. They're still playing that in commercials and stuff. And then there's Taken In is another one that's amazing. Let's see, Hanging by a Thread. I Get the Feeling. This whole album is one of those that you can just put on and just let it play. It's so great. All right, now I found, here we go. We're going into the sealed records that I found. Well, actually, let me throw this in really quick because I found these too. I got another Gino Vanelli Night Watch, and when I got this, I have a pretty extensive collection of probably 26 different albums and print and different printing plants and stuff like that of Gino Vanelli stuff. And you guys know that if you've watched my channel. But this one I got because I just gave my daughter one, so I wanted to replace it. And then I came across this in the same bunch, and I've never seen this. And this came from an album that is called, and I can't remember what the name of it is right now. But anyway, what album did that come from? Anyway, I can't remember. No, it came from Big Dreamers Never Sleep, and that in the Name of Money is a great song, and this is a 12-inch single of it, and that song is basically about Madonna, So anyway, so here we go. We're going to go into the new records that I found. These are sealed. And this is Belladonna, and this is the Record Store Day collection right here. And I got an amazing deal on this. I got this for $32, and I think they were selling this for $45 or something like that at Record Store Day. This is sealed, okay? And then I got Jane's Addiction. This is a Rhino, and I mean it's sealed. So, I mean, how to luck into this is their best album, I think. And now, you know what's really weird? This is so weird. I heard this song on the radio at a Jiffy store that I stopped at to get something to drink, and I heard the song "Funky Cold Medina" on the radio, and I haven't heard that song in probably 25 years. And it's Tone Loc, and this is a craft recording, and it's got to sound great. I haven't opened this one yet either. I'm too busy playing with my other stuff, but I mean, get that. It's a craft recording. I mean, it's like, and it's sealed, and I got that for $12. But it's so funny because that's got the song "Wild Thing" on it and stuff like that. Funny story. I was in Hollywood. This is when I was living in LA, and I was in Hollywood, and I see this white. It was a white Bentley convertible, and I look over and I see this kid in it, and it's like he's really young. He's probably like 12 or 13 years old, and then I saw next to him driving. It was Tone Loc, and so of course I'm being the idiot that I am. I had a big wave at him and everything else like that. He waved back. He was really nice. But, it's just one of those funny things. But anyway, that's my video. I hope you guys keep watching. I've got a whole bunch of different things and different ideas coming. I'm going to come up with some kind of a contest for you guys too, because I really appreciate your support. I know it's not easy to continually create content as a content creator now, but at the same time, I really love to get the responses, and you're responding to me and giving me your feedback really means a lot. And the subs also do, the views really do. Let me know in the comments if you want me to keep doing some flash cooking stuff and stuff like that, or if you want me to ditch it. I just love to cook, and I'm doing it all the time, so I figured, hey, I'll just do some quick recipes and stuff like that. I mean, they're fun. We all have to eat, and I've made a few shorts lately to keep them off the main videos. But just let me know what you think, and we'll get back to you soon. I appreciate all you guys, and we'll look forward to talking to you and seeing you guys soon. Okay, thanks so much. All my best.